So I'm going to show you how to solve this this LeetCode challenge. It says binary tree level order traversal. So basically they want us to do a level order traversal of this tree and then print out the items in each level in different lists, and later on we are going to place all of them in a particular list. So this is level 0, this is level 1, and this is level 2. So for this level, we need to have a list. For this level, we need to have another list of 9 and 20. And for this level, we need another list. For sure, this is null, so we don't worry about it. And then we have only 2 items, 15 and 7, okay? At the end of the day, we now have 3 like this. And then we have 9 and 20. And then we have 15 and 7. So how do we achieve this? Of course, you know that to solve level order traversal of a binary tree, you need a queue. So let's assume we have a queue. We start with an empty queue like this, okay? So the first thing we want to do is to place the root item in the queue. So we place the root item in the queue, and that will be this. And next, we are going to iterate through the number of items in the queue. In that case, it's only 1, and then we are going to place it in a list like this. Okay, so at the end of this iteration, we are popping here. We are going to place the children of these items in the queue. So it's going to be 9 and 20. And then we are going to iterate again through the items in the queue. We are going to pop them. When we pop them, we are going to place them in a list 9 and 20, and then we are going to place their children in the queue, which is 15 and 7, and then we are going to go to the next iteration. We are going to pop and place in a list 15 and 7, and then we are going to place the children of 15 and 7 in the queue back. In that case, it's null, and then we are not going to continue. We are simply going to return all this list. So let's now solve it in Python, and let's see how it actually goes. The code is quite interesting and also is very intuitive, and I'm sure you are going to understand it. Let me increase my font a bit. So the first thing we need here is to have a results list. Results is equal to an empty list, and we also need to create a queue. Let me call it queue is equal to collections dot the queue. That's how you create a queue in Python. And we are going to insert the first item in the queue to be the root. So I'm going to say queue dot append and append the root, okay? And next we now want to begin iteration. So we are going to say while queue, while there are items in the queue, we are going to now create a new level, because for each iteration of the queue we need to have a level list, okay? So a list for that particular level. Okay, so at this point we want to begin extracting the nodes from the queue. So we are going to actually extract the nodes number of times that node appear in the queue. Remember, the node can be more than one. It will be all the nodes in that particular level. So I'm going to say for I in range queue line of the queue, okay? So we are going to begin extracting nodes. So I'm going to extract the first node is equal to queue.pop left. Okay, I don't know if I have to use this function called braces here. Okay, so we've extracted the first item from the queue. What do we do with this item? We are going to place this item, the value inside this level. So I'm going to now say level dot append and append node dot val, okay? But it's possible that what we extracted from the queue, this node could be empty. So we are going to check first that the node is not empty. So I'm going to say if node. So just to make sure that this node is not an empty node or null. So I'm going to check. Remember, we say that after adding to the level, we are going to place the children of these nodes back into the queue. So I'm going to say queue dot append the left child first, and then queue dot append the right. So it's going to be node.right, and the first one is going to be node.left. Okay, so now we are ready to, before we go to the next iteration, we are going to now add the level to the overall result. So I'm going to say results.append and give it level. But just to make sure that this level is not empty, so I'm going to say if level, just to make sure it's not an empty list. So because we don't want empty lists in the list of results. So at this point, we are pretty much done. So we are going to simply step back and simply return results. So basically, this is it. I think it should be correct. Everything should be fine. So let me just take a look. So I have no the pop. Okay, so let's run it to see what we have. Let me make some room here, and let's run this code. Okay, so we have a typo. Collections does not have appends. Let's see. Appends. Okay, so let's run one more time, and hopefully this time it works. Okay, so you can see it's accepted. And let's now go to submit. In that case, I'm going to just click on submit button, and let's see what we have here. And you can see that it's submitted successfully. It's faster than 70.75% of Python 3 online submissions. And this is how to solve LeetCode 102, I think. I would like to thank you for viewing. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. And if you have a particular problem you want me to solve, please let me know in the description, in the comment box of this video. I remain Kind on the Tech Pro, and I'm always there for you.